In last class, we had solved a problem on Rankine cycle, and there are some more problems which we need to solve in order to be perfect in Rankine cycle. The next problem is like this: in a steam power cycle, the steam supply is at 15 bar and dry and saturated. The condenser pressure is zero point 0.4 bar. Calculate the Carnot and Rankine cycle efficiency neglecting the pump work. See, this is the question and the solution is also given here. Please go through the solution, and if you get any doubt, and please get back to me. We have one more problem on Rankine cycle. In a steam turbine, steam at 20 bar and 360 degrees Celsius is expanded to 0.08 bar. It is then enter a condenser where it is condensed to saturated liquid water. The pump feeds back the water into the boiler. Assume ideal process. Find per kg of steam the net work and the cycle efficiency. So for this solution also is given here. And one more problem similarly on the Rankine cycle, and solution is given here. Go through and let us discuss about another important concept, which is regenerative heating. In the Rankine cycle, it is observed that the condensate, which is fairly at low temperature, has an irreversible mixing with hot boiler water, and this results in decrease of cycle efficiency. Methods are therefore adopted to heat the feed water from the hot well of condenser irreversibly by interchanging of heat within the system and thus improving the cycle efficiency. This heating method is called regenerative feed heat, and the cycle is called regenerative cycle. Here you can have a look at a regenerative cycle. The principle of regeneration can be practically utilized by extracting steam from the turbine at several locations and supplying it to the regenerative heaters. The resulting cycle is known as regenerative cycle or bleeding cycle. The figure which is shown below is a schematic diagram for regenerative cycle. In the regenerative cycle, a steam which is at high temperature and pressure enters into the turbine. Here, as I have mentioned here, the regeneration can be practically achieved by extracting steam from the turbine at several locations. You can observe here, once the steam at high temperature and pressure from the boiler enters the turbine, we are extracting the some kg of steam or some amount of steam at location 1 from the turbine, and this steam we are sending it to the reheater. This is reheater 1 and reheater 2, or also we can call it as this is high pressure heater, low pressure heater. Once we extract some amount or m1 kg of steam from the turbine and we are sending it to the reheater. In reheater, what happens? Whatever the condensate which comes from the condenser, which undergoes heating process here, the condensate will extract some amount of heat from the steam which is extracted from the turbine. Similarly, at location 2 also, we are extracting m2 kg of steam from the turbine and we are sending this steam to the low pressure heater. Again, the condensate which comes from the condenser will undergo exchanging of heat here. And finally, the water, the feed water which comes out of both low pressure heater and high pressure heater will be sent to the boiler. So this is what the principle or working principle of regenerative cycle. Now let us have a look on thermodynamic analysis of regenerative cycle. Let us consider m1 kg of high pressure steam per kg of steam flow and m2 kg of low pressure steam which is extracted from the location 2, and 1 minus m1 minus m2 will be amount of steam entering condenser per every kg of steam flow. And now we will apply law of conservation of energy to the high pressure heater. Energy or heat balance equation for high pressure heater. If you apply steady flow energy equation to high pressure heater, you will get this equation. And if you apply steady flow energy equation to the low pressure heater, you will get this equation. And finally, if you neglect the pump work, then the heat supplied externally in the cycle is equal to H0 minus HF6. I mean enthalpy of the steam before entering the turbine and enthalpy of the water before entering the boiler. Now, thermal efficiency can be defined as work done by heat supplied. So this is the equation to calculate the thermal efficiency of regenerative cycle. And one more equation is given below here. Work done by the regenerative cycle can also be calculated using this equation also. Clear?